What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another C programming tutorial. And in this tutorial, we'll cover something again on strings, and we'll see something on standard input-output library functions. Okay, we use these input-output function basically to manipulate the character and the string data. So I think it's better if I show you those with an example. So in the first example, what we'll see is we'll just see how to use get and putchar. I think I used putchar in some program, but okay, I'll tell it again. And in this, we'll just prompt the user to enter an input, and then we'll reverse that string and we'll print it out. Okay, sounds good. So let's just get started. So guys, I've just written down the code to save a lot of time, and it's not a big code, it's a pretty small code, and I'll just tell you what I did. But first, let me just build and run it and show you what it does. So suppose I just type my name, and if I press enter, you can see it's been reversed. It's HSIHSA. Okay, so now let me just walk you through the program. And what I did here is I just defined a function with real written nothing, and I've just called it as reverse because obviously we're gonna reverse a string. So I'll just put it as reverse, and I put constant char, and I'll just name the pointer. And remember, when you put a star in the pointer name, it'll just say that it is expecting a number. Okay, it doesn't matter if you just remove the name of it, it'll still do pretty good. It won't show you any error, so I'll just keep it for reference because it was easy for me to copy it and paste it. So yeah, so now what I've done here is I've just defined an array of characters as a string. I've just kept it as 30 elements, and remember, when I say 30 elements, it just means that 29 will be the characters for the type and 1 will be for the null element. Okay, and yeah, then I just prompt the user to enter a string, enter something. Okay, it should have been string, but it's okay. So what gets does is, instead of what scanf did for you, it does the same thing. It'll just get the input from the user. Now the function, this gets function, it'll just it'll just read the characters from the standard input, and it's keyboard basically in this, and till a new line is encountered, it'll just keep um, getting the input from the user or the keyboard. Okay, now what function putchar does is I'll come in the layer section, which is over here. So okay, I'll just finish the get, then I just print out the inverted string, and I call this function. Okay, so the control will shift to this function, and I'll just wait to encounter the null character. So because at the time it would return the control back to the called function, which was the main function. Okay, so in this case, what I would do is I would, as you know, when you put the name of your the variable or sentence over here, it will point to the first element of the string. Okay, so it will point to the first character of the string. So suppose it was ASH, and it will point to A. I just told in the previous tutorial. So okay, a quick review on that. So what this would do is this would check for the null character. If it is a null character, it would return it reverse string. Okay, until that, what this part does here is keep this thing in mind. What this would do is this would point to the next character. For example, if it was A, S, and H, it will point to S, and it will print the previous element A. So the whole meaning of this would be okay, to tell it in a very simple way, it would be like I'll just show you in the notepad. It would be like if you type A, S, and H, it will grab the last character, A, then S, and then the H, S, and A. So it would reverse the string. So it'll point over here, it'll print A, then it will come over here, it'll print the S, the S node, then it would come to the null character, it would print out this one. Okay, so now when it encounters the null character, it will print out it would return the control to the call function, which is main in this case. Okay, So that is how this is. And very simple words, this is the main thing, this is the main um, key of this whole program, that it would reverse. This is a part which would reverse most of the string. Okay, so now what putchar does is the function putchar would just print its character arguments. Okay, it would just print one character at a time, and that's how it is. So we'll just build and run it, and I'll just show you with another example. So suppose if I put I'm hungry. Well, I am actually. Okay, so as you can see, just reverse the string YRGNUH. I don't know how you read it. Wargnufma, whatever. Okay, so that was about get and putchar, and in the next program we would just see about how to use getchar and put. I think you can figure it out from the program itself. These things not that important. That's how it is. So we have just declared an array of characters. So that means just a string which will ask the user to input. And remember, instead of printf, I've just used puts. And what puts does is it will just print out a string. Okay, the function put, it will take a string as an argument, and it'll print out the string followed by a new line character. Okay, so till, and I've just taken a small char variable named c, and I've used the counter to increment it, or else it would lead to an infinite loop. Okay, so well, till while c is not equal to null character, keep taking input from the user. Now that is what this whole thing is about. Okay, while c is not equal to the new line, just take the input. Getchar just takes the input one character. It'll just take one char, putchar puts out one character. Okay, so that is how it does, and then it'll just print out whatever is in the string. And the program will stop inputting characters when the putchar reads a new line character, as I just told you, entered by the user. So the null character is appended to this array over here, so that the array may be treated as a string. Okay, then the function put, what this would do is this would just print this string on the screen. Okay, and also this will put this string, that is the line was, and then whatever was typed by the user. So let's just build and run it, and it runs. So if I say sleepy, so just print out the new line. The line was I'm not sleepy. Okay, there's another thing I want to tell you. It's not that important, but still. Okay, it's called SF. Okay, sprintf, and you'll have similarly scan. So now what basically sprintf means is we use this sprintf to print the formatted data into an array which we have taken here as sentence. Okay, and it's obviously an array of characters. The function uses the same conversion as we saw in printf. The program inputs an integer value and a double value from the user. Okay, and the formatted part is stored inside this array named sentence. Okay, these values, that is the integer value and the double value, to be formatted. If we want to do a little bit of changes in this, we just save it in the array s, and then we just print out array s in the statement. Let me just print and show you that. And remember, over here this 3 means it'll leave 3 spaces. In point 2, it just means fix it up to 2 decimals, and it'll 6 over here means leave 6 characters space. So there you go. I'll just build it and run it, and I'll say integer value, I'll just put 4 because I like 4, and a double value, I'll just put 4 point some random number, put an enter. As you can see over here, I just printed out the integer value with 3 spaces, and the double value with 6 spaces, 6 character space, and point to it just meant to round it off up to 2 decimals, and that is what it did. And I think similarly you can do to scanf, scanf, okay? And what that would do the same thing. It would just take a string to scan it to take it from the user, okay? So guys, that's it for this tutorial. Things weren't that important in this, but they were a little bit of use. So in next tutorial will be very important when it comes to string. Okay, we'll learn about string manipulation, different functions which you can find in the library, in the C. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next tutorial. Please don't forget to subscribe, and if you have any doubt, please leave a comment below on YouTube, and I'll surely answer to that. Bye.